Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? My name is Richard Mugica, and I am the founder of the Onward Men Podcast, a podcast built specifically for men that want to grow in income and impact and dominate your God-given purpose. And congratulations, gentlemen, if you're still breathing, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, that means that God is not done with you, all right? And you still have a great purpose ahead in your life. And today, guys, is Marriage Wednesday. And I'm going to give you the key to having more unity, having more connection, having more clarity in your marriage today. So if you are suffering or if you feel like your marriage is not where it needs to be, this is going to help you, gentlemen. I guarantee it. But before we get into the content, I want to let you know I am all about the 5 M's of manhood, which are money, mission, muscles, mindset, and of course, marriage. And I believe, gentlemen, with all of my heart, that you got to have all 5 if you want to be considered a high performance man. And today, guys, on Marriage Wednesday, something that you should, not that you should know, but one thing about me and my marriage, guys, and something that my wife and I have taken very seriously over the last year is answering a set of questions every week together as a couple, right? And these questions often involve, hey, what was hard this week? What was good this week? How can I pray for you? Is there any dreams, cravings, or desires that you have in your life right now that we need to talk about? Are there any issues? Are there any sins that we need to confess about? Are there any problems in our life that we need to bring to the surface? And it also asks, guys, about our sex life. It also asks about our finances. How are we stewarding our finances? And guys, let me tell you something. As a guinea pig in this experience over the last year, doing this with my wife on a weekly basis, it has made a profound impact on our marriage. It has transformed our marriage, guys. And let me give you 3 things that it has done for us that I know that if you start adopting this habit of answering questions as a couple, it will change the game, guys, because questions require conversation, right? And the 3 things that this has done in our marriage. Number 1, it has provided more unity in our marriage, right? We are 2 people now, my wife and I, that are on the same page. It provides that bond, that oneness of knowing exactly, hey, what each other want. Where are we going in our marriage? What are the things that we need to bring to the surface? And as we do this on a weekly basis, we get more unified. We're on the same page. We're moving as one unit towards one direction. So number 1, guys, it's going to provide more unity in your marriage. The second thing that it has done for us, for my wife and I, answering questions on a weekly basis, is it provides more clarity in our marriage. There is nothing worse, gentlemen, than living life as 2 people with 2 different goals, 2 different desires, 2 different sets of behaviors, and you have no clarity in your marriage. You have no idea what your wife wants. You have no idea where she wants to go. You have no idea where you're moving as a family unit. Where do you want to be in 5? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Without clarity, gentlemen, it is really hard to thrive in marriage. So these questions every week have provided severe clarity in our marriage. We now know what we want as a couple, how to get there and make a plan to dominate our marriage together. So number 1 is provide unity. Number 2, it's provided clarity. Number 3, gentlemen, it's going to provide a lot of connection. Right? If there's one thing that most marriages are suffering today from, is a lack of connection. I read an article that said most couples spend less than 5 minutes a day connecting with each other. And then we wonder why the heck our lives are out of control. Gentlemen, tell me how this works. When you have 2 people eating like crap, never working out, stressed out about kids, stressed out about jobs, stressed out about finances, and then they're also not communicating every day, less than 5 minutes a day, and you add all these things up, guys, there's no wonder why there's a phenomenal amount of divorce, why there's a phenomenal amount of anxiety and depression and panic attacks and all these crazy things. It's because we're not stepping up, men, in the home, right? So answering questions has provided connection in our marriage. We are 2 people now that communicate. We talk about issues. We don't let things just boil over. Because most marriages, gentlemen, what happens is nothing gets brought to the surface. You don't know exactly what your wife is thinking. You don't know the issues in your marriage. So eventually time goes on, and it's just a ticking time bomb, right? Emotions are getting high. People are not talking. There's no clarity. There's no communication. And then eventually, boom, somebody blows up, and it's like, dude, What the crap? Where did this come from? Well, where it came from, gentlemen, is because you're playing a passive game in your marriage. You need to go on offense. You need to have clarity, oneness, and connection in your marriage. And the best way that I have found to do that, gentlemen, is by answering a set of questions every week as a couple in our marriage. And it is profound, the impact that it'll have on your marriage, and I guarantee it, gentlemen. And with that being said, the questions that we use, that my wife and I use, it's called the Navigators Council. You can go on Google. You can go buy the Navigators Council if you like, gentlemen. I am not a sponsor for them. I am not promoting them. I don't get any money from them. But it's called Navigators Council. And if you are a married man, I highly suggest that you grab this book today, because it's going to change your marriage. It's going to make your marriage an unstoppable force that marriages need to be today, gentlemen, because a stronger marriage, stronger connection, everything gets better, right? But you got to step up, and you got to lead your wife, you got to lead your family, and you got to become better each and every day. That is my message today, gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it. And of course, if you like watching men win like I do, I love seeing men win at life. I love men succeeding at life. And my mentor always told me this. He said, Rich, one of the hardest things for humans to do, for men to do, is to be happy for one another, right? The day where you can look at somebody, guys, and say, he's successful and I'm happy for him, genuinely happy for that person, that's when you know that you've matured as a man. And with that being said, guys, share the podcast. Let other men know about the Onward Men movement, because I'm telling you guys, one man at a time, we are going to change the landscape of this world. And that is my vision, and that is our mission here at Onward Men. And of course, guys, if you need to go to the next level, if you're struggling in life, if you feel like you have no clarity, lack of direction, lack of purpose, lack of action, and you're just living mundane life day to day, and you want to go to that next level as a man, then I invite you to go to richardmugica.com/man up and apply if you think you got what it takes. All right, guys, I'm out for now. We'll see you tomorrow for Mission Thursday. Peace.